Good evening. Just thought I'd make a video summarizing my thoughts on the eve of opening day. Just gonna talk about the Francisco Lindor contract situation. I'm not gonna even talk. I've talked in previous videos. I've talked a lot about my thoughts on the 2021 Mets um, and my disappointment with Springer. But he's on the injured reserve list, and who knows? I mean, with our luck, we sign him. He'd be on the he'd have the same fate. But I've liked what I've seen out of Nimmo. But anyways, that's all I'm gonna say about that. I want to talk about Lindor. Guy's been great this spring, even though the games don't mean anything. It's still a preview of what could happen, of what's likely to be. And we know Francisco Lindor is an all-world talent. You've heard nothing but great things about him from his teammates. He's all smiles. He brings positive energy to the clubhouse. And if you're Francisco Lindor, and you just got offered a 10-year, $325 million guaranteed money contract, and you're saying that's not enough, you want to negotiate that in this COVID market when millions of lives are ruined financially, 10 years, $325 million is not enough. Something is wrong with that. It is. Something's clearly wrong with that. I don't know. It's just, next year, you've got Javier Baez, Trevor Story, Carlos Correa, and Corey Seager on the market next year. You're telling me that 10 years, $325 million, you're going to reject that, and you're going to gamble on yourself? It's your right to do so. But what kind of message does that send on the eve of opening day? And the Met fan base, I know it. We can turn on players in an instant. So if this guy does not sign his contract and decides he turns it down and says it's not enough, he wants to go into the season to prove his worth. Well, he better have a monster season. And even so, will he get as much as the 10-year, $325 million deal that we just offered him? Because of what I mentioned before. You got 4 other shortstops in addition to Lindor scheduled to hit the market next year. Why not just beat him to the punch and take the money? Take the money. This is why I love Jacob deGrom. He signed I think it was a 6-year, $148 million. I know it's only $148 million. But in the baseball market, that's chunk change for the best pitcher in baseball. And Jacob deGrom just agreed to it and signed. Now, he could opt out at the end of next year if he wanted to, but he took a team, in the grand scheme of things, a team-friendly deal because he wants to win with the Mets. He likes being a Met, and he's embraced by the Met fan base. He's one of our own. He's our own. He's the best pitcher in baseball. We're proud to have Jacob deGrom front our staff. Can't wait to watch him pitch tomorrow night against the Nationals. But yeah, the Lindor situation, I think if he doesn't sign and he turns it down, it's a bad look on him. It really is. I can't pin this on Cohen. That's more than generous. And if he turns it down, shame on him. And this is going to look bad on the Met fan base, and he better have a fantastic season. As soon as he goes into a slump, or anything like that, we will boo him. I mean, I know he's been great in the spring, but we're starving for a championship, and this is the closest we've been in a long time. And Lindor was supposed to be one of the key pieces of it, and I hope he has a fantastic season. And like I said, I'm pumped we got him. I'm pumped to watch him play this year. But how can you turn this money down? It just doesn't make sense. How can you turn down a 10-year, $325 million deal? Unless in the back of your mind you're worried about playing in front of the fans in New York, because there are fans going to be in the stands this year. I've got my second shot coming up at the end of April. I'll be at Citi Field this year. I'm looking forward to it. So, anyways, it's just, I'll say it again, summing it up. Just take the money, Lindor, Francisco. Take the goddamn money. I mean, come on. That's a bad look. I'll leave it at that, and have a good night, everybody.